Yeah, it might be the move, you know, it might be the actual move. I don't know anymore. It's like no matter where you move, you gotta deal with something. But I feel like if I get too far down south, I'm gonna have to deal with some people who are X-Clan. Rain, that's not so bad. All right, let's get this show on the road.
No more heroes, it's Hero Begin. You can't tell nobody but yourself. Nothing less to do.
Travis, it's kill or be killed.
I'm telling you, Dre, first couple words gonna be out of my mouth is who you vote for and y'all clan. Let me stop. But hope you guys all doing well. Appreciate you guys being here. Today is December 8th. Another Monday, another mental health discussion, some more gaming news. Got a lot to talk about. Corporate greed and mental health. Not normally the best combination. Not quite peanut butter and jelly or Kool-Aid and sugar, but here we are. Because sometimes corporate greed can directly impact your mental health and all of our well-beings. And it's just truly unfortunate, man. The price of living is increasing at a rapid rate. The prices of electronics and things of that nature are also increasing due to AI data centers, electricity, water.
Metal alchemist.
Yo, J.Deep.
Some fucky.
What?
What did the bot say?
Oh, man. If it isn't half white, half amazing. I'm mobile, so I can't hear, but I love you. I appreciate that, Jay. Thank you so much. Hope everything went well. Hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed the trip. Hope you make it back home safe. Hope everything goes well. Thank you so much. I was going to say, you know, the cost of living is going up. If you're someone who's in the market for RAM, unfortunately, you no longer are, because a 2.6 of RAM for like 64 gigabytes now is almost like $1,500. It's all out of control, man. It's all out of control, unfortunately. And it just seems like corporations and businesses are just trying to charge us more and more money that we don't have. Case in point, I do want to clear up some misinformation about this, but also just discuss the fact that it's not a good business practice in general, even if it has been going on for a long time now. Let's talk about Nintendo and their amiibos. Because the one that they have for Metroid Prime 4, in order to drive around the desert with music, you're gonna have to spend $30. Hold on, let me clear this up. Let me clear this up. If you want to drive around in Metroid Prime 4 with music early, you gotta spend $30. Because there's people going around saying that, oh, you know, if you do 100% of the log scans, which, you know, is pretty much in-game shit, then you can have the music just fine if you just beat the game first. Most people are only going to play a video game one time, and then that's it. You mean to tell me I have to drive around in silence, playing through the game to unlock a basic feature if I don't want to spend $30? Fresh off the boat on the ride back home from Florida, Augusta. Hope you end up being safe, Jay. But yeah, charging people $30 for a basic feature. Imagine if in GTA you had to do all the missions before you could listen to music while driving around in your car. That's what this is. For a jukebox feature, you're paying $60 to $70 for a video game, and you can't even have a jukebox feature for free? I'm sorry, you can't have the jukebox feature early. And this isn't the first time Nintendo has paywall features behind an amiibo or anything of the sort. And it's just unfortunate because I think the people defending this are being disingenuous or unfortunately have been brainwashed successfully. Because you're paying full price for a game, for a feature, that's on the disc. But if you want to unlock it early, when it actually matters, you have to spend $30. So you're spending around $90 to $100 if you buy this game in Amiibo, if you can even get your hands on it, depending on how much this thing sells. Because not all Amiibos are created equal. Some are a lot more valuable than others, and some sell out a lot quicker than others, depending on the quality and all the features they unlock. They unlock other things too. If I remember correctly, somebody said they unlock customization features to the bike and other things. And unfortunately, the average Nintendo fan has been brainwashed into thinking that this shit is okay. Like this is crazy to me. Like this is insane.
Huh? This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
You should want better for yourself and for the people around you, because for the people buying this, yes, this is absolutely going to affect you and I. Because I guarantee you, if people stopped buying Amiibos that had features like these, Nintendo would have stopped doing them a long time ago. A long time ago. That's why it sets such a bad precedent. Because there are certain games that unlock certain features behind paywalls. Like, keep in mind, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 initially was going to have 2 of the 6 classes behind a paywall that you're going to have to spend extra money for in order to select. I believe Yakuza Like a Dragon had a new game plus mode locked behind DLC, DLC and a special version of the game that you had to buy in order to get it. This is not okay. It sets such a bad precedent. The fact that you're driving around in the desert, and keep in mind, it does have music, but being able to change and select tracks while you're driving on a motorcycle in the middle of the desert should just have been a feature straight out. They caught Capcom doing stuff like this before with DLC that was in the game. Keep in mind, the game was essentially finished, and what they've gone and done is strip out a feature and put it behind a wall for you. And again, you have people defending this. I don't know why. Some people say, oh, it's not that bad. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Because they can get away with this, they're going to keep pushing until more and more of this is normalized, and until you're just like, oh, it's always been this way. That's the issue. Just because something has been away for a long time does not make it right. It just means you've gotten complacent. Let's get into this article, though. I think this person who wrote this article, Kenneth Shepard, feels a little bit strong because I just read the first couple. Read the first couple of words here. He went on to say that God, Nintendo can be an annoying company. Not 24 hours ago, I was writing about how I made Mario Kart World's music volume options a toggle that only lets you choose between normal and louder. And now Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is out today and has its own obnoxious music options for players to contend with. At least Mario Kart World's nonsense came at no additional cost to you. Metroid has paywalled basic options and features behind $30 Amiibo figures. One of the biggest additions to Metroid Prime 4 is an open world hub space that Samus travels through on a super cool motorcycle. Unfortunately, this area is pretty lifeless, and you only really have the rattle and hum of Samus's bike to accompany its desolate, isolating vibes. There's some ambient music in the background, but it's certainly not doing enough to make these sections exciting. Some open world games like Grand Theft Auto or Cyberpunk 2077 let you turn on a radio station while traveling to make driving segments more stimulating, but Metroid Prime 4 has no such option, unless you buy the Metroid Prime 4 Samus Amiibo. Which, again, I like to clear that up, is that there are people saying you can unlock it. The problem is you basically have to beat the game in order to unlock a basic feature. That's my main issue with this, is you just have to drop. And then we have a tweet from Luke Stevens here. Let's actually look at this real quick for you guys. Pause the music for a second here. Turn it up slightly. This is the footage, by the way, of people driving around in a desert. This was without the music. So that's the gameplay without the music. That's what you're going to be doing until you beat the game, if you want to have music, besides the little music that you just kind of stuck with there. We used to be able to have our own playlists playing in-game on the Xbox 360. This is a basic feature from generations ago. That's the issue. This sets such a bad precedent because people with companies like EA or Sony or Microsoft even, what they can do is they can start to strip features down and try to do the same thing because you know somebody's going to be stupid and buy it. That's the big issue here. It's not just this is a one-off thing. Like, no, especially since so many people say, oh, well, this has always been going on. It's always been a problem. What do you mean? If this has always been happening, if they've always been locking features behind these amiibos, why do you keep buying this shit? Who's paying for all of this? It's like every time you try to get people to fight for themselves, they're like, oh, I actually like being charged extra money for basic features. What?
It's unbelievable.
And granted, I only feel strongly about this because it does not just affect you. That's the issue. There's too much individualism going on in society right now. Your choices and what you buy and your purchases affects the people around you, affects the other average consumer out there who maybe doesn't have time to go through and beat the game and then feel like get the experience that they should have gotten from the beginning. That's the issue here. Plus, they decided to charge $30. Like, it's crazy. But Luke Stevens' tweet went on to say, let me get this straight. If you pay $29.99 for the collectible Samus amiibo in Metroid Prime 4, you get to play / select music while driving a Viola bike in an otherwise quiet desert. In other words, they locked music while riding through a desert behind a $30 paywall. Am I missing something that makes this not insane? When you touch the amiibo of Samus, you can now set background music. Yeah, it's weird. Because this lets you, having the amiibo lets you change the tracks and do other things besides just the music. Like, there's more features locked behind this amiibo as well. That's the big issue with this. It's not just the music, it's not just that, but there's other features locked behind this paywall as well. And people are acting like this is normal. Like that this is okay. Here's an actual tweet of what it sounds like with some of the music. When you're driving through, when you're riding through the neighborhood and everything else like that. Like, this conveys a completely different feeling. It's a night and day difference, at least in terms of tone and atmosphere. That's the issue. It feels so lonely and isolating. If you're spending a large portion of the game just driving through like this, when you could have enjoyed the feature from the start, had you not had to pay $30 to enjoy it from the start. If I'm playing the game, I would like to enjoy all the features the game has when I start playing the game. I'm not talking about unlockable abilities or different sections that might have a little more life in them or a little more enemy variety or, you know, things like that that you would normally expect to get after progressing through the game. We're just asking for the ability to be able to drive on a bike and listen to music that's inside the game instead of having to pay $30 to unlock that feature from the jump, which shows that, yes, we could have had it from the jump without having to pay $30. That is the issue. And that is so crazy to me. But going forward, the figure allows you to change the music while riding your motorcycle, and paywalling such a basic feature would be maddening if it weren't also one of the most Nintendo decisions the company could have made. I think I'm more impressed by the new ways it finds to be obtuse more than anything. Amiibo figures, small figurines of a character to unlock things when you tap them on a Nintendo game system, were first introduced in 2014 for the Wii U and the 3DS. They have always come with bonus in-game rewards that are often items or cosmetics. Gating features that would be standard in most games is so weirdly hostile, I'm surprised Nintendo gets away with it. They also did this with a different Metroid game, I believe, where they unlocked the highest difficulty mode behind buying an amiibo as well. It's so crazy because if any other company did this, people would be blasting them too. Maybe not, honestly, the way people have been going now. With the country being at a 6th grade reading level, most people can't even tell when they're being scammed. But for whatever it's worth, the Samus amiibo looks great, but do keep in mind it's not to be confused with the other Samus figure that includes her bike. that won't let you change the music. Instead, it will let you change the motorcycle's color and see how much you traveled on your chopper. Good thing these things look pretty on a shelf. I'm trying to imagine what would happen if any other company charged $30 for baseline functionality. Probably wouldn't go well. But yeah, for a basic feature in the game, early, because you have to say early, that you have to make that distinction. And I do think it's important to make that distinction, which to me makes it even worse. Because it just shows they could have given us the feature for free and just chose not to. Does the billion-dollar company need that much more money? Does the CEO need that extra yacht that badly? Will the extra $30 really go that noticed? I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. It's why people say that if you want to be highly successful in business, you have to sell your soul. I couldn't in good conscience make a decision like this. Speaking of bad business practices, though, Sony wants to cut off your and I's internet if we get caught pirating their content. That's right. There's currently $1 billion lawsuit going on where the Supreme Court will decide if Sony can turn off your internet if you pirate their content. I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. I don't know. How do we get here? And where do we go from here? But today, on December 1st, the Supreme Court will hear oral arguments in a closely watched copyright dispute that pits the music industry against one of the nation's largest internet providers in a case that could reshape online liability for decades to come. At the heart of the litigation is whether Cox Communications... I'm sorry, I had to stop myself from laughing. I'm not as mature as I thought I was. The country's biggest privately held broadband company can be held financially responsible for the illegal copying and distribution of thousands of copyrighted songs by its customers. Major record labels and music publishers, including Sony Music Entertainment and more than 50 other companies, accuse Cox of willfully turning a blind eye to rampant piracy on its network. Behavior they say has cost the industry billions of dollars annually. A federal jury in Virginia agreed with the labels in 2019, awarding a staggering $1 billion verdict after finding that Cox failed to reasonably address repeat infringement and refused to terminate accounts of chronic offenders. The Richmond-based Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals later vacated that award and ordered a new trial on damages, but upheld the court finding that Cox could be liable for materially contributing to its customers' copyright violations. Federal jury in Virginia. What even is there to do in Virginia? I don't know. But the Supreme Court declined to review the label's challenge to the appeals court's damages ruling, but agreed to examine Cox's broader argument that internet service providers cannot be held secondarily liable for piracy unless they actively participate in or encourage the illegal activity. Mere knowledge of the infringement or failure to stop it, Cox contends, is not enough. Now, the company warns that the Fourth Circuit's standard will transform broadband providers into de facto enforcers, required to disconnect entire households, businesses, hospitals, military bases, and hotels whenever an automated infringement notice arrives. Often based only on an IP address and unverified allegation system by overzealous copyright holders that could force them to cut off internet service to customers based solely on a complaint by companies like Sony. Imagine you lose a grandparent, an auntie, or an uncle who's currently in the hospital because Sony systems flagged somebody pirating a Netflix show and they decided to shut off the entire hospital's internet. Imagine. What would you do? What could you do? But that position has attracted an unusually broad coalition of supporters. The Department of Justice, tech giants including Google and X, public interest groups, and American Civil Liberties Union have all filed briefs backing Cox. Civil liberties advocates emphasize the risk of collateral harm in an entire family, medical facility, or dormitory loses connectivity because of one person's alleged conduct, sometimes committed by a guest or even a neighbor stealing Wi-Fi. And keep in mind, how would you accurately track this? Because they said it would be an automated system. Like, what is the distinction? What are the parameters? How would you know if it's you or, like we said, a neighbor stealing your Wi-Fi who happens to be pirating something and you have no knowledge that it's happening? What if you as a parent happen to be out working your job and then your kid at home decides to pirate something, or a brother or sister, your husband, wife, partner Somebody just happens to be in the house and they decide to pirate something. You have no knowledge about it. You come home, your internet shut off. What do you do? And then you have to go and appeal and try to find a way to fix it in such a short span of time before you have to work the next day. What if you work from home and your internet randomly cuts out because you decided to watch anime on a different site, allegedly, rather than going through Crunchyroll with their AI dubs? And Amazon too, because I forgot they're doing it as well. But the music industry and its allies dismiss those concerns as exaggerated fear-mongering. Court filings reveal that peer-to-peer file sharing traffic once accounted for more than 1/5 of all upstream data on Cox's network. An internal company email showed employees openly mocking obligations under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Rather than implement graduated warnings, temporary suspicions, or other intermediate measures used by many peers, Cox allegedly adopted a policy of ignoring most infringement complaints to avoid losing subscribers. And that's another thing too. Imagine your current internet service provider keeps catching you doing this kind of thing, so you end up like switching or just canceling them altogether, or using a VPN, because how would you still accurately track that? Which some nations are banning VPNs specifically for a reason like this. But trade groups for recording artists, songwriters, and film studios argue that Cox had numerous less drastic tools available, yet deliberately chose profits over compliance. They frame the case as a last resort effort to compel meaningful cooperation from providers after years of failed voluntary initiatives. A ruling against Cox could expose internet providers nationwide to crushing liability and push them towards stricter anti-piracy policies. A victory for Cox, conversely, might further entrench the music industry's long struggle to curb online infringement in an era where streaming has largely moved to streaming platforms, but illegal downloading and streaming remain persistent. Whatever the outcome, the decision expected by June 2026 will carry implications far beyond music, potentially influencing how courts treat online platforms ranging from broadband networks to cloud storage services and future copyright disputes. The justices' questions during Monday's argument will offer the first public clue about which direction the court may lean in a battle that has simmered since the Napster era, yet still lacks a definitive resolution in an age of artificial intelligence and global digital distribution. Really weird that they're choosing to do this, because again, how do you punish the person doing it? How do you track the person doing it? And how are you going to stop them from doing it anyway? Because if people want to pirate something, they will find a way. Stream East has gone down a few times. Kiss Anime has gone down a few times. The Pirate Bay keeps getting nuked and keeps coming back. Cloudflare got caught not too long ago and people are still doing it. So how are you going to stop people? Because they're going to find some kind of alternative. The best way to stop piracy is to offer people a better deal. If for instance, if I wanted to watch a show and it's on Netflix and I buy a Netflix subscription, and let's say 2 or 3 months it's gone now it's on Paramount or something, well, like, what are we doing? You can have Hulu, Prime, Netflix, Paramount, and then it'll be on some other streaming service that you have to pay. Disney Plus you'll have to end up paying for. There's no way to continuously make it so that you can reliably have your shows on one platform. You always have to go from one streaming service to another. Streaming services have turned into cable. Whereas Netflix used to cost like, what, $8 or $9 a month. You used to be able to share your account in the same household with other people and save money that way and just come together and just enjoy the service together. Now it's so hard to get anybody, even if they live in your household, to be able to reliably use the system. It's just truly unfortunate that we're going this route in this direction. Highly unfortunate, man. Speaking of Netflix, though, Netflix is trying to buy Warner Bros. As they finally agreed to buy Warner Bros., including its game studios, for nearly $83 billion, but the fight may not be over yet. So Paramount Skydance is also vying for Warner Bros., and it doesn't seem willing to take no for an answer. The unfortunate part about this is you want as much competition as possible in a field like this. Because the moment that Netflix acquires Warner Bros., you already know that price is going to go up. You already know that instead of making better shows and better content, they're going to use buying their IPs as an excuse to raise the service. It's unbelievable. Without adding anything of actual value. It's the same way like fast food has been going, right? McDonald's, you used to have the dollar menu at McDonald's. You used to be able to get him a chickens, some fries, and like maybe a drink or something for like $5. Now, why is it $20? For half of that. It's insane to me. But less than 2 months after it went on the auction block, massive media company Warner Bros. Discovery has found a buyer, and it is massive media company Netflix. The streaming giant has agreed to pay $82.7 billion for Warner in a deal the company say will provide more choice and greater value for consumers. Doubt. In a strong entertainment industry for America. Well, sure, that sounds a lot better than media consolidation is going to make a few of us even richer and a lot of you even poorer. After all, but that is what we're looking at here. Once closed, the deal will give Netflix, a massive multi-billion-dollar streaming and production company, control of just about everything in a Warner stable, including its film, television, and game studios, HBO and HBO Max, and all their properties and the whole DC universe. The only thing not included in the deal is Warner Bros. Discovery's Global Networks division, which Warner said in June is being spun off into a separate massive media company. That process is now expected to be completed in third quarter of 2026, after which the Netflix buyout will close. The thing is, what if after this buyout, they don't make enough money and then they call on us to have to pay to bail them out? Because stuff like that has happened before. But anyways, our mission has always been to entertain the world, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos said. By combining Warner Bros.' incredible library of shows and movies from timeless classics like Casablanca and Citizen Kane to modern favorites like Harry Potter and Friends, with our culture-defining titles like Stranger Things, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Squid Game, we'll be able to do that even better. Together, we can give audiences more of what they love and help define the next century of storytelling. As long as those audiences are willing to subscribe to Netflix, I suppose, the company said it expects to maintain Warner Bros.' current operations and build on its strengths, including theatrical releases for films, which is no kind of commitment at all and doubly dubious for a company whose entire business is based on keeping people out of theaters. It does sound oddly familiar, though. The acquisition is subject to regulatory approval, and that part of the equation has potential to get a little spicy. Paramount Skydance is also getting from Warner, and its CEO, David Ellison, is the son of Larry Ellison, one of the richest people in the world and also a high-profile supporter of U.S. President Donald Trump. I'm sorry I've been hitting that button a lot today, but we just keep getting worse and worse news. But as noted by Business Insider, David Ellison reportedly went to the White House this week to make the case for Paramount Skydance. Should Trump intervene in the matter, it's possible the whole thing could end up on the rocks. There's been no indication that the Trump regime will get involved at this point, but it doesn't seem like Paramount Skydance is going to go away quietly. A CNBC report says the company has already claimed the sales process was rigged and is now considering a hostile takeover. Oh yeah, man. I think it's important to stress how important competition is, because if you don't make a company have to earn your money, they really don't have to do much to get it at that point, which means less innovation, less new products we'd actually want, and higher prices. It's so sad to see stuff like this happen, because if Warner Bros. Is one of the biggest companies when it comes to making movies and having these releases in theaters. Imagine, instead of being able to go to the theater and see one of their movies, Netflix drops it day one and maybe has it in theater for like a week. Going to the theater is a great experience. Like having the giant screen, the surround sound speakers, it's an event to go and spend time with people. This is why people say third spaces are dying. Places where you can go and hang out and spend time with your loved ones and family outside of your home. We're losing a lot of that. At the very least, we're getting very short on options. You can't even reliably go to the park anymore without being harassed, man. Like it's unfortunate. Malls are dying, and the cost of living is only going up. Let's talk about some good news. So, a fan community has announced that it will revive Unreal Tournament 2004 with Epic's blessing. Love to see it. Love to hear it. And they went on to say that we're doing this for free because we're fans of the game and we like a challenge. So-called boomer shooters make up the whole FPS subgenre now, but what about their multiplayer counterparts, the arena shooters of old? Most of them are ruled by die-hard niches of expert players that are straight up unplayable today. Unreal Tournament 2004 has spent a long time somewhere between those two categories. It boasts a legendary, albeit small, modding scene, but has been unavailable to buy on digital storefronts for years. As of this past week, though, that's set to change. Old Unreal, the same fan community that Epic gave the green light to revive both the original Unreal and Unreal Tournament 99, announced Wednesday on Discord that it's getting a similar chance to take custody of Unreal Tournament 2004. You can read a transcription of the post in a thread from ROX1337 on the Unreal Tournament subreddit, which states that we are going to publish an installer that downloads the original disk image for Unreal Tournament 2004, installs the game, and applies patches to it. We're also going to start publishing patches that modernize the game, making compatible with Windows Vista or later, Linux 86 to 64 and Arch 64, Raspberry Pis and similar, and Mac OS 10.9 or later, fix bugs and implement quality of life changes. Yes, you read that right. Unreal Tournament 2004 will soon be available to download again free of charge. This is a community-run effort, but we're excited to make the game easier to access and play again. This is a W for game preservation. But the announcement includes a fact that confirms some details, like plans for a public test version to release within 2 months. It adds that any prospective testers should keep an eye out for an announcement in the coming weeks, and if you've been playing the official version this whole time and just want to keep doing that, the fact states that for the most part, the patched and unpatched clients will be compatible on multiplayer. I don't have much experience with Unreal Tournament, but this seems like an ideal scenario for preservation. I've long dreamed of a future where all dead MMOs of my childhood could be maintained this way after all. It's not easy to pull off though, as the overall Unreal team states in its announcement. We're doing this for free because we're fans of the game and we like a challenge. In fact, projects like these cost us a bit of money for server hosting, software licenses, and subscriptions, certificates, etc., as we independently operate the games ourselves. So it's interesting that a bunch of fans are going out of the way to do this. And I really hope this starts a trend of more companies maybe revisiting their old IPs, maybe Epic going back to revisit their Unreal. Because if you guys don't remember, Epic was actually making a new Unreal game around 2014, but right after the Fortnite Battle Royale popped off, they canceled it entirely. They just stopped working on it, which sucked. Best business decision they could have ever made, but as a fan of Unreal Tournament, I'm just a little sad that happened. I can't blame them for that. They saw the money. Speaking of money though, a lot of companies have been using AI to cut down on costs and reportedly make games more and more efficient, doing everything but bringing the price down of the actual game between you and I buying it. And the latest game to do that is Let It Die, as Let It Die Inferno developers' response to AI controversy doesn't make them look great. But let's go on to see why that is and what all they're doing with AI. So Let It Die Inferno, out now on PlayStation 5 and Windows PC, drew some pre-release ire surrounding developer Super Trick Games' use of generative AI in the game. According to its Steam store page, AI-generated content has been used and edited by our team for certain parts of the in-game voices, music, and graphics. Early Wednesday morning, Super Trick shared a statement on Steam explaining its use of AI developing the game, and the response has been mixed. In terms of the background art, Super Trick's planning team developed the concepts and text, ensuring they match the game's world setting. Based on these ideas, the art team designed the background art and used an AI tool that observes copyright laws, and only to generate rough base images, which were painted over, refined, and adjusted by hand. Super Trick points to the background posters, infocast images, and reading material images as the areas that use generative AI. It's not entirely clear how the generative AI Super Trick uses observes copyright laws, as AI tools are often trained on copyrighted images, and copyright laws surrounding AI have been in flux worldwide as AI continues to become more prominent. Now, Super Trick Games stresses Let It Die Inferno's characters are voiced by human performers, with two notable exceptions. It used AI-generated voices intentionally to match the nature of the characters for Mom, an AI-driven machine character, and for Gaz and Mez, mysterious life forms. Prior to generative AI tools being made available, one would expect human voice actors to voice these roles, like Douglas Rain voicing HAL 9000 and 1968's 2001: A Space Odyssey, Trisha Helfer playing the AI life form Edie in the Mass Effect games, or humans voicing alien and mysterious creatures throughout any media that features them, or Gladys in Portal. Lastly, Super Trick explains how AI was used in crafting the game's music. An AI-based music editor was used to generate each stem. Some of those stems were edited by humans, but most were rebuilt from scratch. In the list, select Iron Perch background music as tracks that use AI. The response to Super Trick's use of AI has been mixed, judging by comments on the Steam announcement. Some people are grateful for the transparency, while others are angered by, in their eyes, the unnecessary use of AI assets. Why would I bother paying for a product that developers couldn't care enough to invest their own talent and art? And this is somebody who said they canceled their pre-order. Are these assets really worth it? Are they worth losing the goodwill of some of your dedicated player base? Outside of the generative AI controversy, Super Trick Games has found itself in reception that Let It Die Inferno has not been warm. It sits with a mostly negative review rating on Steam, though at this time of writing, there's only about 160 reviews, so that may change as more players get their hands on the game. They said if Mind's Eye can get the mix, anything can. Oh god. Inferno players are docking it for being PvP only for its poor optimization and for lacking the unique qualities of the original 2016 game. That's sad to hear, man. That's unfortunate. And more gaming news though. In a game that didn't start out doing so hot, Monster Hunter Wilds is apparently the director of Monster Hunter Wilds has told players who found it too easy they would really appreciate it if you could pick it up again. He went on to say that they think the difficulty curve is a little lacking for existing users. Let's see here. So Yuya Tokuda participated in a media interview session during the PlayStation Partner Awards 2025 Japan Asia held on Wednesday, where he was asked numerous questions about the game. As reported by IGN, Tokuda noted that the team had consciously decided to make Monster Hunter Wilds more approachable to newcomers, but that this may have come at a cost for experienced fans of the series who found it too easy as a result. That and the game was just horribly optimized when it came out, unfortunately, as well. So people who wanted to stick around, who still wanted to enjoy the game and play it, not everybody could, which definitely would have impacted their sales and how many people are playing the game. But we analyzed what kind of places beginners are stuck in, including Monster Hunter World. We worked on these points in turn to make it easier for new users to clear the hurdles, such as being able to reach certain monsters and craft certain types of armor. In addition, we have tried to adopt as many new elements as possible that are beneficial both for beginners and existing users, such as focus mode. This time, as a result of making the game easy to beat even for new players and players who could not clear it before, I think the difficulty curve was a little lacking for existing users. Yeah, it sounds like they really alienated their current users and their current fan base, the hardcore fan base who kept the game going, unfortunately. Tokuda said the development team have been trying to remedy this since the game's release by adding more difficult gameplay in each of its content updates, which, to be fair, seems to have been working, appealing to those lapsed players who found the game too easy. And he went on to say that if you beat the game immediately after its release and stop playing, I would appreciate it if you could pick it up again. So Monster Hunter Wilds enjoyed an extremely successful release for Capcom, breaking the company's launch record with a huge 10 million copies sold in its first month. Since then, however, sales have nosedived. According to Capcom's results for the 3 months ending in September 30th, Wilds sold just 160,000 units during the period. That's even fewer than the previous quarter when the game sold 477,000 units, which Capcom called soft at the time, and which influenced the drop in its stock price. While its initial sales were impressive, the game's drop-off since launch has still been significant, especially in the context of its 2018 title Monster Hunter World, which has sold 28 million copies over time. I'd say Monster Hunter World was when a lot of people who didn't normally play Monster Hunter got in, and they were hoping Wilds was going to be a continuation of that. But Wilds, compared to World, granted World was still unoptimized, buggy, and not as good upon release, but it got way better over time, especially with the crossovers and new content that they added. Wilds didn't seem to be doing that, at least not nearly as much this time around, which is just unfortunately just a shame. I do hope that this game continues to get better though, and eventually gets its players back, because I would love to see the game get better and then maybe come back one day and figure out what's all new and what's all different. Because the people who are playing it currently do say that the game has gotten better and that the new creatures and bosses, some of them are actually harder. So we love that. Let's see what else we have here. Got a new game that got announced last week. Some more of the games I wanted to talk about from the PC game show. This being one of them, called SLL Shogunate, and it's a J-Rock infused samurai space opera from the developers of Horizon and The Witcher. Take to the moon and paint the stars with the blood of those who wronged you. So it sounds like it's gonna be a revenge story. Let me open this up on YouTube. And let me pause this.
Bushido. それは己の均衡を保つこと。勇敢、礼儀、名誉、忠義、慈悲、そして正義。 私を打ち砕こうとした石は決意の刃を研ぎ澄ませたに過ぎない。因縁の退治が叶う時、この空が赤く染まろう。無残なに叫んで汚れた膝を抱えてる。それでもそんな今日
I was just about to ask if we could get some gameplay.
したくないから行かなきゃやらなきゃ。しわくちゃの顔のままで生きるよ。あなたがいないこんな世界を愛せるよ。
I like the art direction. I'm not sure about that frame rate though.
くだらない幾度撃たれようとも私は揺るがない。
That's gonna be the gameplay trailer for SLL Shogunate. It looks like it could be interesting. The only issue is that frame rate. We really didn't see much gameplay, but the ones we did, it kind of looks slow. And of course, the game is in development, so obviously they have more than enough time to iron this out. But it does make me curious about how that frame rate is going to be. Why I thought Destiny needs more frame? I could see that. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But it seems like you're going to be a samurai in space, fighting aliens and the people who wronged you. So that could be interesting. Like on paper, it sounds dope. So I guess as long as they make the story decent enough and the combat really, really good and refined, the combat can more than carry a game like this if it's done properly. Case in point, Ghost of Yote's story wasn't that interesting. It was really simple. But that gameplay and the fact that it was everything in an improvement over Tsushima was nice. But I preferred Tsushima's story. Just because there was more they could do with Jin Sakai. With the whole thing, his internal struggle between being a samurai and then having to do things the samurai would normally consider dishonorable in order to protect the people he cares about in his country from an invasion. That was just really dope. That I hadn't really seen anything like that done before. Versus a revenge story. A bunch of people come in and slaughter your family and you're spinning the block on them. Like, we've seen that hundreds of thousands of times before. Natsu is a dope character. But here's hoping that SLO Shogunate can do something different. Or at the very least, do what we've seen before really, really well. So they said, what exactly is a samurai space opera? It's a vision of the future in which humanity has begun to colonize the solar system, but the culture has remained that of feudal Japan's. You step into the cyborg shoes of Yuzuki, the heir of a once powerful family that was wiped out by a rival clan. Oh, it's sounding like a revenge story, yeah. She's on a quest for revenge, is undertaking secretive genetic engineering to transform herself into a samurai capable of surviving on a harsh lunar landscape. You'll slice your way through other samurai and huge robotic bosses, all set to a banging J-Rock soundtrack. Music is core to the SLO Shogunate game, with enemies' actions synced up to the tunes, but it's not a rhythm game. You're free to attack however you like. Okay, so I'm thinking more so Metal Gear Rising Revengeance in a way the music associated itself with that game, and maybe like Devil May Cry 5. Because fighting in those games and listening to the soundtrack as you're fighting, as the music just goes higher up and then starts syncing with some of the attacks and things going on, it was always dope. But make use of the low gravity to launch enemies off ledges, strike them down, and then return to the ground yourself with a powerful slam. Find and equip new genes that will power up Yuzuki and imbue your melee weapons with elemental effects to get an edge in battle. There's no release date for SLO Shogunate just yet, but you can wishlist it on Steam to keep up to date with all the news. Interesting, interesting. How you guys feeling about it? Because for me, you know, I always like when a game does either something different or does something we've already seen really, really well. I didn't see anything in the trailer that blew me away, but I'm always liking when we get new IPs and new games coming out. I don't like to just see the same thing over and over again. I know for me personally, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I'm kind of like, eh. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm not super excited about it either. I just hope it's good when we see more of it. In other words, another game coming out, there seems to be a fusion of Minecraft and Terraria made by a bunch of people who used to run one of the more popular Minecraft servers. Hytale is apparently skipping Steam initially to avoid negative reviews. Console launch is planned. I'd say it's a bit of a yellow flag. Not necessarily a red flag, but definitely a yellow one. But let's go on to find out why exactly they're skipping that early access launch on Steam, if it's just the negative reviews or if it's other things specifically. Hytale will not be available on Steam when it launches in January, and with the developers Hypixel keen to avoid negative reviews during the early access stage. After being axed by Riot Games, Hytale was saved by initial founders of the game and will be released in early access on January 13th with an affordable price of $20 to the base version. And while Steam won't be available at launch and may never be required, there are plans for a console release. Hytale, oh yeah, we literally just read that headline. Answering a series of frequently asked questions on the Hytale website, Executive Director Patrick Leal Derbick confirmed Hytale won't be supported on Steam at launch, with the intention to avoid over-indexing on negative reviews from players that aren't as well informed yet about what we are doing. The intention is to spend time working with the community and improving the game, and while Steam is a great marketing tool, it's one that may not ever be required. However, the door hasn't been closed on the Steam launch entirely. There are plans for launches on console and other platforms in the future though. The early access period will be on PC only. Launching on console requires a lot of work on back-end systems and initial desires to focus on making a good game first. Sounds good, I'd like to hear that. A mobile version will also not be available during early access and remains to be seen whether it's on the cards at all. As Hypixel Studios said, we are still evaluating what it would take to make this a feasible reality. I can see why they initially wouldn't want to release on Steam, because there are some people who would just outright review bomb your game, or you say this early access title isn't fully finished. Like, granted, if you're gonna charge people money for something, to be fair, you got to give them something to the point where they can at least see the vision of where the game is going, and then give them updates. They can clearly see, okay, this is what they're going for. This is their vision. I can imagine where they're going next. This is a game that I can see being finished in a reasonable span of time. Because it's a risk you're taking every time you buy an early access game that the company could shut down. They could take the money and run. They could deliver none of what was promised. But at the same time, if you're charging people money, you want them to believe in your vision and you want people to give money to your cause, you have to give them something that's worth it. You have to, you're investing essentially in the promise of what the game will be when it fully comes out. Not what it is now, but what the game will be when it fully releases. And there should arguably be enough $20 worth of content for people to enjoy and have fun with as they keep going on and as you drop updates, developer, news, whatever it is you need to do to keep people in the loop with the development of the game. Ooh. Going forward though, another game that's coming out soon, Den of Wolves. It had been a minute since we've seen any updates or heard anything else about this game, so I'm happy we actually got some pre-alpha gameplay, because it shows us what happens when you break stealth in the upcoming co-op heist FPS. Let me play the trailer for you guys. You said, oh, so Rage, you said you're going to start calling people younger than you that make you mad early access humans because they ain't done yet in the shows. It might not even be enough to them and go back to their mama developers for more cooking. Oh my goodness. That's a crazy insult. That's funny. We're just going over some gaming news here. Den of Wolves. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the movie Den of Thieves. Oops. I'm gonna create a Payday the heist.
What is it?
Okay. Payday 2 and GTFO.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for inviting us.
Ebba and TGB, lead away.
Ready up. There's a guy to the left. There's a lot of dudes here.
Oh, the melee is so sick.
Light bomb kill. Drill is up.
Drill it, baby, drill.
Jesus.
Oh, you already broke stealth. What are you doing? We're going up, boys. Oh my god, there's actually a few of them over there. Wait, they're cooking me.
Push towards the objective.
What am I shooting? Fucking hell. I'm getting fucked on my red.
Oh, that's a sentinel. Holy crap.
Okay, so we have a tank. Oh god! 3 fucking sentinels on us. Oh, there's another.
I'd say the cursing shows a good sign potentially, because if it's just going to show that they're not censoring them. I hope at least.
One behind us. Why?
Who woke them up? Jeez, that was chaotic. We dead, mate.
Go.
Drill is up. Synchronized bond. One more. Vault's opening.
Okay, let's go, TGB. We got this.
3, 2, 1, pop.
Take one. Let's go.
All right, we got it. Let's get you out of there.
Go.
maybe Unity. Okay.
They're crazy. They just kept pouring in.
That was amazing. I love the high energy of the game. I'm at the loss for words right now.
That was fun as hell.
Well, you can wishlist it down on Steam, hoping that ends up being good because it didn't look bad. It definitely didn't look bad. Definitely too early to tell how good or how bad this game is going to be, though. But they say seeing is believing, and after seeing Den of Wolves in action, I believe even more than ever before that's going to absolutely rock. During tonight's PC Gaming Show, Most Wanted, oh, well, as of last week, of course, we retweeted the footage of a group of people actually playing the upcoming Cyberpunk heist FPS. We caught up with the developers in Stockholm recently, but it's great to witness the game in action. From some of the developers formerly behind Payday the Heist and Payday 2 comes Den of Wolves, a fast-paced futuristic heist game where you'll need to assemble your four-person team and break into people's very minds. It's a bit Inception, a bit Ocean's 11. I still have to watch Inception. But this is a heist game, so stealth is recommended, but it's also entirely optional. In the new trailer, we see a slick slide that results in a well, yeah, we literally saw in the trailer. Is there anything else we didn't see here? Get a taste of shotguns, pistols, and assault rifles in the game, as well as Gadget throws up a translucent shield as emphasis form a temporary cover. Heavy electronic music.
Oh, Richard! Oh, wow! Wow!
I forget about that redeem.
Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
So this reminds you of that game where you're on a ship to pull a heist. Multiple teams had a cool mechanic where you lose gravity. It ended up flopping, but most of these games seem to just slap against each other and compete for the same audience. It's unwilling to split their time between games. That's fair. Was it Jump Ship or was it Wildgate? One of the two. One of the two, right? Was it Wildgate? Because I think Jump Ship is PvE, and then Jump Ship was the PvE one. No, I'm sorry. Wildgate was the PvE one. I read Wildgate and I thought Jump Ship. Yeah, I remember this game. I remember when it was announced. I was like, I didn't know exactly who it was for. It was cool. Like, I agree with you, Rage. I like the mechanics. I just, like you, didn't know who would actually go out of their way to buy it.
Wildgate Emergence. New mode, Treasure Hunt. Loot, shoot, and scoot your way through a Wildgate in this fun new plunder-focused mode. New mode, Fleet Battle. Point-based 3v3 ship battles. Score points taking out ships and collecting artifacts. For those who prefer glory.
This isn't it? Okay. Different game? Okay. Let me see if it's Jump Ship. Probably not Jump Ship, though. Oh, no. Was it not called Jump Ship? Am I thinking of something else? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Well, if not, that's crazy that there would be like more than a few games like this, too, though. Yeah, it definitely isn't Jump Ship. I'm sure we'll find it at some point in time in the future. Let me see what else I got for you guys here, though. Hyenas? Oh, you know what? That's what you're talking about? That game. Oof. Hyenas had a few other issues, if I remember correctly, right? Let me type in game. This is the one being published by Sega, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this got canceled. I remember this game. Yeah, high cost, lack of progress, confusing monetization, and just a lack of, I won't say a lack of interest, because there were quite a few people talking about this game and people who were excited about it. But yeah, let me see. I remember there were some real issues surrounding this game, but yeah. Okay. I had an interesting idea. Let me go on to this next article, though. Speaking of canceled games. And games that are just probably not coming. EA unfortunately has no plans to make a new Dead Space game. Oof.
What is this? Huh? This is whack! I can't get jiggy with this shit!
Unfortunate, man. So, Electronic Arts isn't looking to bring back Dead Space in the near future. As first reported on the latest episode of Insider Gaming Weekly, sources have told Insider Gaming that the series has been put on ice, and that's based on internal messaging happening within the company. Sources added that within the direction of EA, They don't expect the series to be picked back up anytime soon, and that includes the idea of a remake, reboot, or sequel. Which is a shame because people like the new remake for the first game. That said, there is still of a future for the 17-year-old series, with reports that the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, being in a tough spot financially after the EA sale, those who spoke under the condition of anonymity are hoping that EA under the new ownership would want to sell the IP. This isn't saying EA is actively looking to sell the series. This is like from talking with a few people in the company that feel EA could sell it to try and pay off the debt and recoup some of the money after the deal closes next year. And yeah, Dead Space 3 killed the series. Then we had an interest get revived with the new remake. But as of right now, EA themselves have no plan to make a new Dead Space game, unfortunately. Even the director of the old game wants to come back and make a new game, but EA themselves doesn't want to do it right now. I guess they're trying to figure out other ways of settling and getting that $22 billion of debt off their heads. We'll see, though. We will see, though. And some fighting game news, but some sad news, all the same. Katsuhiro Harada, the director of Tekken, is actually leaving Bandai Namco at the end of 2025. It's just, we're seeing the end of an era right before our eyes. And honestly, I can't really blame him. After having to hold the line on Twitter for so long, after having pieces of his hair fall out when he was working on Tekken 4, and him having kidney issues now during the development of Tekken 8, I think it's just time for this man to retire. He's lost one of his closest friends and rivals, Tomonobu Itagaki, the director of Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden, no, the creator of Dead or Alive and the director of Ninja Gaiden, who took them from the 2D era to the 3D era. This man has been through a lot. And has been very active for a very long time. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him. He was dope. But he'd like to share, there's from the translation, that he'll be leaving Bandai Namco at the end of 2025, with the Tekken series reaching its 30th anniversary, and then an important milestone for a project he's devoted much of his life to. He felt that this is the most fitting moment to bring one chapter to a close. He went on to say that my roots lie in the days where I supported small local tournaments and Japanese arcades in the small halls of community centers overseas. I still remember carrying arcade cabinets by myself, encouraging people to please try Tekken, and directly facing the players right in front of me. The conversations and atmosphere we shared in those places became the core of who I am as a developer and a game creator. Even as the times changed, those experiences have remained the center of my identity. And even after the tournament scene grew much larger, many of you continued to treat me like an old friend, challenging me at venues, inviting me out for drinks at bars. Those memories are also deeply precious to me. In recent years, I've experienced the loss of several close friends in my personal life, and in my professional life, I've witnessed the retirement or passing of many senior colleagues who I'm deeply respect. Those accumulated events made me reflect on the time I have left as a creator. During that period, I sought advice from Ken Kutaragi, whom I respect as though he were another father, and received invaluable encouragement and guidance. His words quietly supported me in the making of this decision. And over the past 4 to 5 years, I've gradually handed over all of my responsibilities, as well as the stories and world building I oversaw, to the team, bringing me to the present day. Looking back, I was fortunate enough to work on an extraordinary variety of projects, VR titles such as Summer Lesson, Pokken Tournament, the Soul Calibur series, and many others both inside and outside the company. Each project was full of new discoveries and learning, and every one of them became an irreplaceable experience for me. To everyone who has supported me, to communities around the world, and to all the colleagues who have walked alongside me for so many years, I offer my deepest gratitude. I'll share more about my next steps at a later date. Thank you very much for everything. And he went on to say that in the postscript here, although I will be leaving the company at the end of 2025, Bandai Namco has asked me to appear at the TWT finals at the end of January 2026, so I expect to attend as a guest. For 30 years, I kept saying I'll do it someday and never once performed as a DJ at a tournament event. So instead, I will be releasing for the first and last time a 60-minute Tekken DJ style non-stop mix, personally edited by myself together with this announcement. Listening to it brings back many memories. Thank you again sincerely for all these years. And he dropped it here on SoundCloud. Man, that's crazy. Going forward, though, I don't know if Bandai Namco would even consider having a figurehead to potentially, like, this is all hypothetical, right? To potentially replace Harada as somebody who could be on the forefront of the community, letting us know what's going on behind the scenes. Because here's the point, he had an abnormal amount of communication with everything going on behind the scenes at Tekken and development and their process for making games. It was very open, more than he even had to be, about everything they were doing, answering people's questions on Twitter, communicating with fans. Like this was the type of communication you would hope to have for more businesses, but a lot of people have stepped back, either doing to be constantly flamed on Twitter or just, well, that's the biggest portion of it, right? Constantly being flamed on Twitter. That's one of the biggest reasons they don't do the Tekken Talks anymore, because there's just so many negative people and toxic people on the internet that they just started dropping videos and stuff with some notes here and there. But this truly is the end of an era. But I think it makes sense, right? Especially since he's been doing this for so long at this point. And most of the rivals and people he would be competing with in the 3D space are just gone. Dead or Alive, that series is gone. Soul Calibur, the last Soul Calibur they gamed didn't meet their sales performance or expectations they needed. So that series is gone currently. Virtual Fighter is supposedly coming back, but it's currently behind the curtain. We don't know what's going on with that game. It's been in development for so long. So for a long time, Tekken 8 was pretty much, like, Tekken was pretty much the only 3D fighter on the market for a hot minute now. With no competition, there's nobody else for them like to beat or compete with. As far as like big giant AAA developers, this man has had such a long and storied career. He's pretty much done anything he possibly could in the space, I believe. And a lot of people he looked up to or were rivals or friends with are just gone, which is unfortunate. But what does this mean for Tekken, right? I don't think this is going to automatically result in the death of Tekken or anything else like that, like I saw some people dooming about. I do think it'll probably end that line of communication behind the curtain that we have with the developers, though, and somebody who had so much experience in the industry. Because after he is gone, I'm pretty sure Michael Murray is not going to be on the forefront discussing this with everybody, especially due to all the arguments they would constantly get with people on Twitter. And I don't know if anybody else is going to fill in that role. I think after this, they're just gone. But it's hard to say. But I just wanted to share this all with you, just for people who may or may not know, who may be into fighting games like myself. Because imagine if like Capcom or Capcom or SNK or any other big company who participates in fighting games had somebody like this. Like the only example I can think of this, like on this giant of a scale of somebody who's this much respected in the industry. Well, I won't say this much respected in the industry because it's hard to say that they're on the same level of respect. But somebody who has a line of communication like this with the community directly and is telling you about stuff that's going to be in the game, impacting the game, and how it might affect the average player was probably Mort Dog over at Riot Games, who plays TFT a lot. And it's constantly giving people insights as to how the game is, the decisions they're making when making certain changes. And you can just ask them straight up live on stream what's going on with the game and the state of the game. And a few other employees of Riot do that. We were kind of getting there with Multiverses before Multiverses shut down twice. But this is very uncommon to have this much communication with one of the developers. In fact, the director at this company who's working on one of the biggest fighting games like ever. So I just think it's important to reflect that and say, like, we may never get this again. Like if we get a Tekken 9 or a Tekken 10 or something like that, we may never have this type of line of communication anymore. People are gonna miss this and not know they missed it until after he's fully retired and we stop getting updates like this and real-time reactions to news and different things like that. Like for example, when Mirizo came out and there was a lot of controversy about her character and like her skin color and other things like that, you had people who would actually come out and were able to answer questions based on what was going on with the engine that would change the changes with the lighting and stuff that impacted that kind of thing. That's going to be gone now. Of course, it's not the end all be all, but it was nice. It was absolutely nice. Speaking of Riot Games, though, we have our last two trailers to show you guys today. This is one of them, and then we'll get into playing some Ninja Gaiden. But I know people are gonna miss that, man. There's people dropping an apology, not apologies, but everybody's wishing, like, giving him well wishes to see him off, say how much they appreciate him for everything he's done for the industry. Because that man has been in the trenches for quite some time now. But here we got a 2XKO trailer from last week.
Jeff jumps in and the mushroom gets the KO. What just happened? I had no idea you could pop off like that, Jeff.
The creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
All right, we've got some news for y'all. Hey everyone, we're the team behind 2XKO, a free-to-play 2v2 fighting game by Riot Games. We're honored to be nominated for Best Fighting Game at the Game Awards, and we're ready to announce a big update for console players. 2XKO is coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in January 2026. To everybody who's been waiting for this, we are so excited to finally make it happen. And we've got one more thing to share. Tune in to the Game Awards on
I don't think I've actually gotten a chance to take a look yet, Rage. I'm gonna have to check that out.
December 11th to get a first look at the next 2XKO champion. Thanks again and see you at the show.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. Also, 2XKO is coming to consoles. 2XKO is coming to consoles in January 2026. Yeah, I remember now. My mind suppressed it because I did. You know, I saw this and I got so sad. I was like, no. Yeah. Just unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. What a time, right? What a time. But him passing away is such a sad thing, man. You have people dropping tributes. You have you like no one else is going to be able to deliver that line like he could. But every Mortal Kombat game going forward, if they're gonna have Shang Tsung in there, they're probably gonna have to reboot because like nobody him saying your soul is my like that performance is one of my favorite performances on screen for like fighting game characters. Like it's a guilty pleasure. The Mortal Kombat movie is a guilty pleasure of mine. Yeah, plus wait, like I believe he did the voice of the MK11 as well, right? Yeah. They brought him back for that and they gave him the old like trench coat outfit and everything too. Like it was iconic, man. Like nobody else, to me, there will never be another Shang Tsung that's going to play him around that age range even, or even there's another Shang Tsung in general. Like Shang Tsung and MK1 was okay, but this, you're telling somebody to step in the shoes of this man? No, it's not happening. It's not happening. And unfortunately, we lost him from a stroke. Oh yeah. It's one of those pitch perfect castings, end all be all. Like there should never be another one. Like it'll probably end up being the same way that like we've only ever gotten one Blade. Robert Downey Jr. is the only Iron Man we should have. Chris Evans is the only Captain America. Like will only ever be the only Captain America. As far as like like maybe one of those you could replace, but this man right here. Because we have the multiversal theories with like other universes and other IPs. This man here though will forever be Shang Tsung, to me personally. There is no other Shang Tsung to me. It's so sad, man. So sad. But that's gonna do it for our gaming news. Oh, wait, no, I have one more trailer to show you guys. It's a Warhammer trailer. I'm sorry, I lied.
Peggy 18.
Last trailer of the day. We're ending on a Warhammer trailer. Dawn of War 4.
The galaxy lies shattered. The Blood Ravens stand alone. We fight. We bleed.
Oh no, it was fine, Rage. And in that case, it was actually relevant to what we were discussing, so I don't mind that. In fact, I appreciate that. As long as it's relevant to the discussion, I'm never gonna like flag anybody for saying like, oh, how dare you tell me about a dear actor who died. Like, no. No, it's fine.
We die. For centuries, we have been sworn to defend Kronos.
But thank you.
To find a world in ruin. Orc warlords infest the surface. Mechanicus priests pursue knowledge long forgotten. Ancient horrors awaken, claiming dominion over all. And something still stirs below. Buried deep, lost for eons, and never meant to return. We stand defiant. Cronus must not fall. And we are not alone.
The Warhammer fan in me loves everything that we're seeing on screen right now. But I don't want to say anything and interrupt the trailer too much. In Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons. Oh, and Primarchs.
Is untold. Only one thing is certain. War has returned to Cronus.
Love it. Love it. I need that in my life. But yeah, that's gonna do. I made a secret. I absolutely love Warhammer 40k stuff. The aesthetic is always so dark, brooding, and amazing. But I legit hate that orcs are brought over from original Warhammer into 40k. They just feel so off compared to everything else. Fair. Everybody has their thing, right? It's just so funny having them there. I think that's also one of the things that gives them the comedic value. Is like everybody has all these giant different forms of inventions. Like you have the Necrons who could literally just disintegrate you on and atomize you on a molecular level. You have the Eldar who have been around for centuries and hundreds of thousands of years, who were at one point one of the biggest, what's the word for it? What is the word for it? Biggest civilizations in the galaxy before that whole thing with Slanesh happened. And then you have the Tau, who are just kind of like the new kids on the block who kind of come in and are just trying to unite the universe in their own way. But even though they appear to be well-meaning, they're still just as evil as everybody else. Not as bad, but still pretty bad. I remember one of the earliest stories about the Tau appearing was they made the unfortunate choice to trust the Dark Eldar because the Dark Eldar needed their help to fight the Tyranids together. Because they ran into the Tyranids, Dark Eldar were like, yeah, we'll help you. So they sent some of their people over there to team up with the Dark Eldar. And then after a while, some of their people were missing. After like the whole conflict ended and everything, they're like, hey, you know, what happened to those people we sent you to like to go and help and you settle this thing? They said, oh no, they were there. They were on the battlefield with us. They said, oh, where were they? Like, what were they doing? They said, oh, they were the giant mutants we had on the battlefield. You didn't know? And then just outright disappeared afterwards.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
Don't worry, Rage. Don't worry, Rage. I'm not gonna go on a crazy rant or just a large amount of detail on lore dumpy on Warhammer. Like, it's taking a lot not to, but I'm going to not do so. Yeah, like having the green orc standing next to somebody decorated and fully kitted out in skulls and power armor is it makes for an interesting aesthetic. It's so funny. It's so funny. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up our game news for the day. We're gonna get into playing Ninja Gaiden 4. I think we're towards this latter half of the game. It's not a very long game. I think you can beat the whole thing in like 11 hours, but it's highly replayable. Case in point, I think we've unlocked most of the stuff in the game now. Let me actually boot it up. But it's been a lot of fun. I have no idea what I'm going to be playing after it, but it's been a lot of fun. Might hop into like Marvel Rivals Comp or Tekken 8 ranked for a few streams to take a break from doing a giant playthrough of games. Jokes like you play Ninja Gaiden 4 of only 45 minutes. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. There are a lot of games to play indeed. Okay. Let me change the category here. You said it's called Flotsam? What is that? I've been looking at so many different games and I keep telling myself I can't buy this right now. Otherwise, I'll just like end up spending all the money in my wallet because there are a lot of good games just out. I haven't played Ninja Gaiden since like last week. I'm gonna say last Wednesday. It's been quite some time. Oh, really? What end of the flood?
Sharp soldiers, stand your ground. He's here. Take him out.
Interesting. Okay. I'm sorry. Where do you get the Morning Star? I feel bad because those guys are literally just doing their jobs and they're trying to stop a world ending calamity.
You're right on track towards the target. The final shrine.
You're approaching the Dragon's Maw, headquarters of the DDO. The shrine is on the top floor.
This prison wall is so messed up. Hey, yo.
I'm ready.
Yeah, because like, where is he pulling all these items from? Okay.
Is that the target?
That's it. You're almost there.
I almost jumped straight into that train.
Distance here than usual. I pray Sayori and I can make it in one piece.
I like zoned out hard for a second there. I was kind of just going through the motions. I'm sorry, we just get like a bunch of new stuff all at once. That's funny. Let me close some of these windows. Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna be fighting somebody.
You might be ready to learn this one.
You know what's funny enough? I don't have a lot of accessories. I should probably get some more. What's the last thing we have to unlock? Do we have to unlock the fact to unlock something?
The Divine Dragon Order. People see them as the vigilantes that took over Tokyo after all that happened. But their real purpose is to defend the seals on the Dark Dragon. They knew the Raven clan would come for the priestess, so they had her locked up tight. Can't forget, they have Hayabusa on their side as well. And even with Hayabusa, they made the choice to seal away the dragon and let its husk turn Tokyo into the hellhole it is now.
You saying they couldn't purify?
You should just say what you're buying, what you're selling, right? What are you buying?
They just wanted to buy time until they found a more permanent solution.
Sayori might know more.
She just might.
Oh, do we get something new here? Oh, this item. Oh. Just blocking. Here's the shrine. I will say I do love the music at the shrine. It's one of my favorite things to hear.
So this is the DDO's base of operations. The Dragon's Maw.
Oh, we're in their base.
No doubt Kagachi will be waiting for you.
This is it. The final battle.
Oh, we're at the final battle?
I'll see the mission through.
No way.
No matter who stands in my way.
Indeed
you will. Such is the way of the Raven.
We've already run into some heavy resistance, though. Wait, are we just barging in through the front door?
We are.
Well, yeah. Not like we can sneak into this place undetected. Just gotta charge in, guns blazing.
Hope we don't regret this.
You know, it's funny that we're ninjas, but yeah, these are some of the least stealthiest ninjas I've ever seen in my life. So about that next game to play, right, Rage? Just my luck. Like, yeah, we'll figure it out. I got at least another day. Yeah, final battle. I thought there were like 6 heals. There's only like 3. I was like, wait a second. Oh my god. Hey, yo. You didn't deserve this. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to grab the orbs. I have to get back in the swing of playing again. Oh god. That's unfortunate. Never get old, never get tired of the Zuna drop. Oh, so the prosthetic arms changes in a different... Hey, yo. Oh my god. Where did his legs go? This can't feel good. I didn't want to do that. The range on that is crazy. Oh, never mind. It's actually very reasonable. I have to get out of the way of that. Wait. I no longer have to chase them in the air. I love it. I thought I was close enough. Jesus Christ. Where do we go from here? Oh, okay. Someone's there. Oh! Where's the other guy? Oh, you mean to tell me I gotta go over there? I'm trying to lock onto them in the air, but it won't let me. There was just nothing he could do about that. He just had to hold that. Oh, what? Guess the game was trying to save me anyway, because I was gonna have to come back regardless. I do like that the weapons transform depending on what type of attacks you're using, if it's enhanced or not. Just keep charging it. Oh, he just barely got out of range. You gotta go. I couldn't imagine somebody literally bludgeoning my arm off. Wait, is there anything else up here? I don't think so. Love the fact that I can one-tap people. Oh! I didn't think they'd actually kill me.
Oh my.
I should have just healed. I accidentally retracked from the checkpoint. I wonder how far back that's gonna send me. Oh, not that far. Okay. I accidentally took a screenshot. To go back over here. Get everybody off our backs. Oh my god. That's all of them taken care of. Gotcha, I would have had to combo him the other way. Tried to parry that. There we go.
What do you need?
I think we have all the items we could want, right?
Be safe out there.
I think we just need, what, one more skill?
Let's get to it.
There we go. I think that's all of them.
The grind.
Maybe not.
What do you need?
I don't think we can afford anything after that though, right? Yeah.
See you later, yeah.
I think we want at least. Definitely want to release this volley of bombs. What? Whew. I was playing Subway Surfers. Oh no, I pressed too many buttons. Oh. We had a nice rhythm going. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, I almost dove off the side of the map. Oh yeah, he's dead. Need to get up there. Now they're jumping down? That's crazy. They're both like running away but staying here. Like, they're doing a really good job of dodging. Gonna hit one of you with this eventually. I knew it was a trap. How far does this go? Oh, so it's a volley. I needed to know that before that happened. Oh, right when I went to do it, huh? Sorry, some of my best parries have been by accident. I'm not doing these on purpose because I couldn't even see them. That's crazy. They didn't even let me come on the platform first before they shut it down. Okay, there's nothing back there, just glowing lights. Okay. That was a weird frame drop. I forgot the duck. I wonder what's the technology behind these that caused him to speed up. Ooh, yeah, that man's dead. How high are we even up? You can't even see the ground from up here. That's horrifying. Oh my god. There's a lot happening right now. These guys really don't want me to get to the Dragon Shrine. What? They forced me to fly into the wall. What? Coming into work the next day if you gotta catch a train must suck. Oh. Boss fight? Imagine you gotta catch the train and you're like, oh, we had to stop some rogue ninja assassin. We had to blow up all the lines.
Bring it on.
I guess I'll use this. All right. I tried to dodge. Okay. Is that to fake me out by thinking he's coming closer? Ah, I didn't get it in time. That's fine. Doing it again is insane. That was close. Blocked it, but still took the damage. He's spinning in circles. Oh, 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 oh. All right, he's turning on his sheets. Whoa! Ow. No. Oh, you can parry that? No. All right. .95 deaths is kind of crazy. I guess that means points. Yo, what's up, Cam? Did our round of gaming news earlier. Now we're playing some Ninja Gaiden. Hope all is well. We just defeated a giant robot by stabbing it in the butt really hard.
Took care of the enemy combat vehicle. Entering the base now.
All right,
Oh my goodness.
in and lead the charge.
What's always crazy to me is that we're ninjas, but we're going in through the front gates. Everybody knows who we are, where we're coming from. It's insane. Sounds like my kind of game. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah. It's a short one, too. You come in, you fight a lot of people, kill a lot of people, you know, and then you just go home.
Pleasure doing business.
At least I hope we get to go home.
The Dragon's Law certainly lives up to its name. Danger around every corner.
Yeah. There's no end to it.
I'm not so worried about you, but Sayori and Misaki? I hope they can make it through all right.
If they get in trouble, I'll handle it. Don't worry about them.
Okay.
Oh, we don't need to go here. We have no monies. Can't buy anything. Oh, I'm curious to see what he has to say, though. I do like the lore.
The DDO rules over Tokyo in place of the government ever since the city got flooded. But they're no non-profit. I don't know all the details, but word is they're making serious bank through weapon development and arms trade. You might think they're trying to take over the world. But with all these demons and fiends around, I don't blame them for wanting to up their firepower.
I was gonna say, have you seen what we've been fighting?
Scheme of things, they might actually be the good guys. But hey, don't let that stop you. Although our methods are different, we all want the same thing in the end. Show them how it's done, Yakumo.
Right, before I even fought this boss,
Plan on it.
I ended up fighting a whale with a skull in the middle of its face. In its mouth. That could travel through dimensions. Like, yeah, we need some firepower.
Kakashi.
It's impressive you made it this far, but you have to understand, I can't just let you break the Dark Dragon free. Go back home to your little raven nest, or die here. Your choice.
To be fair, he did give us an option.
Didn't think so. All right.
After slaughtering all his men.
And make a distraction so I can sneak in through the other side. I'll meet up with you on the top floor.
Got it.
I'm sure this will go well. I'm assuming what, she's gonna bless it, release it, and we're both gonna end up fighting a dark dragon about halfway through the boss fight. I'm hoping that's what happens. How did they pay for all this, man? And is this comfortable? I understand everybody has to like move through all these things and have these giant facilities for defense and protecting everything you own. But man, are they all being airlifted into here? Like, what are they doing in their spare time whenever they're not out keeping the peace? Like, what do these guys do for fun? Do they get benefits? Like, do they have dental plans and everything? Like, these are the real questions. Oh. So you're telling me that thing is either a robot or completely human? Gotta be a robot, right? At the time that correctly. That thing seems to be an organic, living, breathing thing. I am horrified. What were they feeding you? Oh my god. One thing they cannot say about y'all is that you guys are cowards. I didn't realize we were at a combo of 200 or greater. See how far this goes? No, why did it focus on him? I missed. Where your legs go? That's probably disrespectful to say. Good lord. Alright, that's the right way to go. Let's go down. Oh no, if we go down there, we're not coming back. I'm still looking for chests. You know what? I don't have to deal with y'all if I just do this. Sorry, somebody's still alive down there? Oh, you were supposed to die. I'm sorry. There we go. There's always a giant elevator. I'm guessing people are gonna start falling on top of the elevator from up high. Yep. Good Lord. I'll never get over it. This game is so gory and bloody. I do like the way it cleans the sword, but what about the rest of your outfit? I think after all these years, maybe they have a thing where you can just shake your clothes free of like blood and stuff. Especially if you do this for a living. That would be nice. Trying to see how high the ceiling is. Oh no, I guess we're here. What's in the box? Oh?
Really? They're obviously not messing around. Be careful, Yakumo.
I wasn't aware they were messing around before. I knew there'd be another chest around here somewhere. Just seemed like there was too much space. Major ninja coin earnings. You know, I could have used this like 16 chapters ago. That would have been nice. Oh, actually, let me increase my range weapon abilities. Need that. Oops, that could have gone better. I'm trying to slide. I was hoping to be a little more like the laser room in Resident Evil. Now, are there any more chests around here? Alright, we're gonna get it first try. Oh, I got scared. Will this be used as a jump pad or anything? No, we just need to destroy that for the laser system. Who are you? Ow. You're trying to parry this? Sorry, it had to be that way. We're gonna zone them out like this. Y'all ain't jumping me. Said it before, but again, that cannot feel good. least he died quickly. If he would have shot earlier, he could have saved him. Don't run. Thought that was the chest. I really have a looting problem. I will say it never got as bad as like be playing something like Apex, my friends in the middle of a gunfight, and then I didn't save them. I'm glad it never got that bad, but it's pretty bad. Like if your game has a looting mechanic and I just got done fighting like 50 people, I'm looting every single body. I'm leaving no pocket unopened. Ooh. Funniest thing to me about Ninja Gaiden has always been the fact that you could cut somebody's legs or arms off and they'll still keep crawling after you. They'll get even more deadly after they're missing limbs. Oh, they haven't seen me yet. How do you not hear that? Then again, they are sitting right next to this huge wind tunnel. I guess maybe that's why. Ooh. That's all right. Y'all didn't see that. Let me just. I was gonna say, you clearly see me, right?
What do you need?
Let me buy these elixirs.
Thank you. Thank you. Hope that helps.
Me too. Me too. It really reminds me of like Diva from Overwatch or Galacta from Marvel Rivals. Oh, wow. That's crazy. I'm hitting every laser. I would have not have survived the Resident Evil room. Oh my god. Oh, wait. That's illegal. The laser's turned back on. No. These parries are coming out of nowhere, man, I swear. You tried to chow to me. Let me get out of here. Oh, we could just go straight through the door. I'm over here thinking there's a wall we gotta run up on or something. Mans has a whole rail gun just on his shoulder. I would say who y'all beefing with, but y'all are literally fighting horrors beyond man's mortal comprehension, so I get it. Sorry. He just narrowly avoided having his arm cut off. No, I parried. Oh my god. He told me to go to hell before he shot at me. Crazy thing he survived all that. He's so vulgar. He just got turned into a fine pink mist.
Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Oh my god. Oh, there's another one. Thank you to the iframes. Getting a little greedy here, but it might be worth it. It was not. How do you like when I throw things at you? He just sat there and let me charge up. Oh. Like how they said, get ready for the final battle. Like we were gonna fight that man immediately. Whoa, he just dodged through that? I like the music. Jesus, he ran into this. Oh, I missed one. I missed the chest. Okay, where are we going? Well, obviously on the rail, but there it is. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I like to see. Double feature of chest in the back. Okay, okay. Oh, I think we're going the wrong way. Okay, no, we're going the right way. Ow. Feels like I'm fighting a fighter and a ranger at the same time. Drilled him. Oh, we have quite a bit of points. Let me get some more things for this. Definitely gonna need that.
Damn it.
That's not fair. Oh. Nice. I was about to say, what's gonna happen? Did not know what they expected me to do there. Oh God.
Just getting started.
All right, we're fine. We're fine. Give me a chest, please. I'm asking nicely. Hey, ask and you shall receive. Won't he do it? Oh. Almost bumped my noggin there. That's crazy work. Oh, that's crazy work. I thought I had it. The risk I took was calculated, but I'm not very good at math. I thought I could time it right. I'm trying to get it right at that very moment where it just gets out of range. Like that. Oh. I'm sorry? Hey, yo. Oh. I'm being fat shamed by lasers. Oh. Gonna say none of that hits you, huh? The only smart one. Need more stuff to make sure I don't get surrounded by people.
Good to see you. Job's all done. You're good at this. Be safe out there.
Alright, I didn't buy anything.
Nice workout.
Actually, let me see if he has any more techniques for me to learn before I buy some.
Look who it is.
I don't know what's happening with the camera. Oh no, that's it.
Nice workout. Thank you. Pleasure doing business with ya. Be safe out there.
Oh.
Why are things shaking?
That's not good.
Hang on a sec. It looks like the inner gate has started closing. If you don't get through, you won't be able to access the elevator to the top floor. Get a move on, Yakumo.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
Good.
Can't stop him from hitting me. Oh wow. That's why too many times. Hey, another chance. Probably not gonna reach them. That guy on the floor died though. Oh. I know they said we have a limited amount of time, but can I go back and heal real quick? Can I cheese the system? I don't think so. Try to dodge. I missed the punish. Nah, I'll die. Whew.
Damn it all!
Excuse me. He really wants me dead.
More tremors.
Oh, we're running out of time.
The visible frustration. Let me just. Nice. That was really cool.
You made it. Yakumo, the elevator up ahead should take you to the top floor.
I kind of just cut her off there. Whoops. I got tunnel vision.
Mission complete. Nice work. Hope that helps. See you later, Yak.
Hey, health improvement?
should take you to the top floor. That's where the shrine is, but you'll have to get through Kagachi first.
We're so close. If Kagachi stands in your way...
Figured he'd be there. I'll take care of him.
Thanks.
Are we just gonna get a safe trip up? Okay. Keep trying to look up, but the camera just doesn't do what I want it to do, unfortunately. I figured.
Give me a damn break.
How many of these guys are there?
Oh, my goodness. Took the PTO today. Love that for you, Ricky. I would have done the same if I could. I know my PTO hate to see me coming. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, man, you just got it, yeah? I got the PTO. I'm gonna use the PTO. I hope you're doing well, Ricky. I guess you are since you took the PTO, right? They're spreading out. Oh no, I gotta stop them. There's more? I'm gonna have to stop you right there, sir. You said you just used a clip for this part? Love that for you. I've been trying to make up more clips and stuff myself too. Whenever I can finally get around to doing so. I did a bunch of stuff this weekend, so I was able to put out the one clip I think you saw. Because I decided to...
Elevator.
Oh. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I 3D printed something to actually cover my light. To make the lighting in here a little better. A little more cinematic, I would say. To try and get a specific look. And right when I went to like 3D print it, because I had to get somebody to do it because it quite literally didn't exist for this light. After getting someone to do it and like taking a few weeks to plan that out and get that all done and taken care of, I went to actually print it. At first it was too big, so I had to have them resize it, which didn't take long at all. Then shortly after that, when I actually went to print, the nozzle for the printer got full of filament. And so I took it apart to try and actually fix it, which I eventually did. But the whole thing, there was like a whole casing wrapped around the actual equipment of the filament. So I had to actually heat up the nozzle to like 300 degrees Celsius to get it all to burn properly.
Got it. We'll head there right away.
And then peel it off with a screwdriver. And then wait for it to cool down and wipe the rest off with like alcohol and stuff like that. And just go through this long, arduous process to finally clear everything. Took around 2 hours to clean and around like 14 hours to print everything with a few weeks of planning. And then right in the middle of me cleaning, my future wife came home and was like, yeah, I want to rearrange the living room today. Which is just so funny, like timing wise to me. I was like, at all the times we could have possibly done this. And then we went out for her birthday too, which was nice. So like I literally just didn't have time to do the little stuff I wanted to do this weekend. I was like, I'm finally gonna get around to making these TikToks and then do a few of these other things, and then life happened. But that's all fine and dandy. I'm not super upset about it. Because I can always get that done. You can't always spend time with the people you care about. Oh, he's got counters. Oh, was that it? I thought you were better than that. I feel so bad because these guys are literally just trying to stop a world-ending calamity, and from their perspective, I'm just coming in and killing everybody and wanting to break this thing free. You're cooking this game now, trying to be. All it took was getting to the end, or towards the end, I should say.
The elevator now.
It's very fun though. Like the game does open itself up so much more as you progress.
Elevator's moving again.
Couldn't have done it without our expert ninja.
Really nice.
Yeah, whatever. Just get to the shrine in one piece. All right?
I have no idea what I'm gonna play after this though.
You got it.
I think I'll figure it out eventually.
Sayori? Sayori.
Oh yeah, because she has to die for us to actually purge the Dark Dragon. Oh, triple S's. Haven't seen that in a while. Think we'll be able to do what, a quick boss fight? I'm hoping we're gonna be directly at the boss fight. I don't know how, but every time I'm just looking around and I find a chest. Okay, nothing over there.
Nice workout. Thank you.
I'm always making sure I'm stocked up on potions, pretty much.
Yakumo, I can't seem to find Sayori. Her signal's down.
What's going on?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to locate her now. She can't have gone far. Just keep making your way to the final shrine for now. Kagachi's waiting.
Understood. Heading to the target.
Okay. Oh yeah, there he is right there. I knew this was coming.
End of the line.
Kagachi.
Do you realize what you've done? The city's a damn wreck because of you. But there's no one to blame but myself. I should have killed you the first time we met. I know Sayori's with you. I'll give you one last chance. Stop this madness. Stay away from the Dark Dragon Seal. No turning back now, Runt. Do you even realize what you're trying to accomplish?
I will purify the
I missed.
Dragon. That's the promise I made to Sayori.
A promise? Short-sighted rat. Think of the consequences of what you're about to unleash. Are you prepared for that anguish?
I am a Raven Ninja, and I will execute my mission. I won't let you or Hayabusa stand in my way.
Really now?
Whoops.
Then you leave me no choice.
Keep forgetting you can't perfect parry those, I think. That was on purpose. Love the perfect dodge sound effect in this game, man.
You don't know when to give up, do you?
What is that?
Try to keep up now.
So he does have another arm. I thought he was just one-arming it up. The soundtrack is banging though. I can't have you doing special moves. I can't let you get close. Yeah, this song is going on the playlist. Oh! Reminds me of Honest Eyes I've been playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken. We are saucing them up right now, I ain't gonna lie. That was the easiest boss fight in the game for me. This can't be that simple, right? Nah, no way. Good Lord. Talk about light work. No, definitely though. Had he caught me at the beginning of the game, it would have went the complete opposite direction.
Oh, had us worried.
You made it.
Jesus, this outfit, I still can't get over it. Is she not cold? Will she end up turning into the Dark Dragon? Has she been the Dark Dragon the whole time? That'd be crazy, right?
There. Just about done. Only one last step.
All right, we have to kill her.
Oh, great dark dragon, transcendent divine. Within this bosom, thy soul enshrined. Admit this offer of flesh and bone. Feast upon kin and reclaim thy throne. This is the only way. Yakubo, break the final seal. And after that, complete the sacrifice.
Sacrifice? What?
I told you before. The soul of the Dark Dragon is inside of me.
I forgot about that.
To finish the resurrection, soul and body must be reunited. As vessel of the dragon's soul, I need to die. Yakumo! Please!
Oh man, he no hesitation. Oh, has he been secretly evil the whole time? Oh no, there he is.
Achilles?
Still alive, are we?
Oh my god. Look at his feet.
I suppose I should introduce myself.
This is a gnarly character design.
Before the Obsidian Overlord, Sovereign of the Damned, the great fiend Achilles!
The self-glaze is crazy.
Very fiend that resurrected the Dark Dragon years ago. Even a mortal such as yourself has heard of me, I'm sure. Your hard work has made things so easy for me, dear Yakumo. As a gift, I shall bestow upon you an excruciating death by the hand of a god.
That doesn't sound very gift-like.
Misaki, you bastard! Oh, feeling touched, I'd say, If it's any consolation, reviving the Dark Dragon will be impossible without her death. I just saved you the trouble and killed her myself. You should be thanking me, really.
What is he charging up? Oh, Blackbeard.
Shut your fucking mouth.
See, this man ate the darkness devil fruit. Aizen powers too. Oh, he followed me. He just said no to the counterattack. No, leave me alone. You just don't like me like that, huh? Wait, there's... Oh, no! Oh, no! Now fighting a mix of Eddie and Asuka from Guilty Gear. This is how the Hokage must have felt when that man Aizen started using clones of Susanoo. Because he wasn't fully existing yet, I didn't hit him. Actually, this is perfect. I'm sorry. How was I supposed to dodge that? I wasn't, apparently. Let's up the defense and the attack, because I'm being jumped. You're right, it's over. Golly. Imagine waiting all that time to be revived just to get immediately one tap.
Saori.
Yakumo. Please. The Dark Dragon. Only you can defeat him. Purify.
Man, where's Ryu? Where's Ryu?
I'm so sorry. You know, I really don't want to die.
We need Hayabusa here to save the day, man. Oh.
Dragon in all his glory. Reborn.
Well, I guess we'll finish this Wednesday. Just because I'm all out of time today. That was fun though. That was a really good time. I always enjoy my time with Ninja Gaiden. It's a great game, a great series. Really nice. Not nice enough to bring the Dark Dragon back, but really, really, really nice. That all being said, I want to say I appreciate everybody for being here, for showing up, hanging out, spending this time with me. It really, really means a lot that you guys chose to do that. Shout out to Ricky, Cam, Rage, Dre, Hebs, Jay, Rayvon. Appreciate you guys all choosing to show up and hang out. We'll be back Wednesday, more than likely finishing Ninja Gaiden Wednesday. Kiss is crazy. But it'll be something to look forward to. We'll finally be done with the game, moving on to something else potentially. I have no idea what we'll be playing, but we'll probably end up either getting to it that Wednesday or that Friday. I really just don't know how much game we got left. I'm trying to eyeball it, but I guess I might have to double check. Plan to do something else that day. Just a reminder, I've also been posting consistently on, well, I won't say consistently, but on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, just in case you guys want to see what I've been getting up to. Maybe what the next big thing is. Definitely check me out there. There's a link to all the socials down below. I miss Koji, man. Koji used to be so much better than Linktree. Then they bought it and then shut it down so they wouldn't have to compete with anybody else. Who's currently live? Let's see who we're going to be rating. CC rated us the other day, not too long ago, so this would be a perfect opportunity to pay him back for the raid, show him some love back. If you guys could go through, show him some love, would highly, highly appreciate that. I believe right now he's playing Warzone with Icebone, so if you guys could show them both some love, would highly, highly appreciate that. Here's the first raid message for everybody subs to the channel, and here's the second one for everybody that isn't. But do know whether or not you're sub doesn't matter. I just appreciate you guys choosing to spend your time here. Means a lot. But I will see you guys Wednesday, unless I don't. But between now and then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and or night. You're all wonderful people, and I'll see you when I see you, I guess.